Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Kennebec Savings Bank. We're very excited to be a sponsor for this evening's event and to be here with you virtually. Although we're sorry we're not able to be with you for the Chili Chowder Challenge, our employees love volunteering at that event. We're happy to be part of this. We're excited to bring this event to you and be a sponsor and help the Children's Center further all the great work they do in our community.
Hi everyone, Genie Roofing is a proud supporter of the Children's Center and the work they do. The kids they serve are superstars, and you're a superstar too for giving to this mission. So on behalf of Norm Melvin and all of us here at Genie Roofing, thank you for your support of the kids in our community.
KVSCU is a longtime proud supporter of the Children's Center. We are so grateful there's a resource like this in our communities and hope you enjoy learning more about the important work that they do. Thanks for joining us in doing good for kids and families.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hayes, President and CEO of Maine General Health. Maine General's Edmund Irvin Pediatric Center and the Children's Center work collaboratively together to meet the needs of the children in our community. We're proud to sponsor this event and help raise funds to support this mission.
Hi, we're Charlie and Nancy Schumann.
And we're here to tell you how thrilled we were the time we were invited to the graduation and the improvement that these children made with their different problems, and they were off to kindergarten, and they do miraculous work at the Children's Center. We're so happy to be a part of it.
Please help and support the Children's Center. Give whatever you can.
Hi, I'm Craig Garofalo, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Kennebec Savings Bank. We're very excited to be a sponsor for this evening's event and to be here with you virtually. Although we're sorry we're not able to be with you for the Chili Chowder Challenge, our employees love volunteering at that event. We're happy to be part of this. We're excited to bring this event to you and be a sponsor and help the Children's Center further all the great work they do in our community.
Hi everyone, Genie Roofing is a proud supporter of the Children's Center and the work they do. The kids they serve are superstars, and you're a superstar too for giving to this mission. So on behalf of Norm Melvin and all of us here at Genie Roofing, thank you for your support of the kids in our community.
KVSCU is a longtime proud supporter of the Children's Center. We are so grateful there's a resource like this in our communities and hope you enjoy learning more about the important work that they do. Thanks for joining us in doing good for kids and families.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hayes, President and CEO of Maine General Health. Maine General's Edmund Irvin Pediatric Center and the Children's Center work collaboratively together to meet the needs of the children in our community. We're proud to sponsor this event and help raise funds to support this mission.
Just a quick check-in for anybody who is already logged on. We're going to start our program right around 6. We just want you to know that you're in the right place, and we'll be starting up here soon. Thanks.
Hi, we're Charlie and Nancy Schumann.
And we're here to tell you how thrilled we were the time we were invited to the graduation and the improvement that these children made with their different problems, and they were off to kindergarten, and they do miraculous work at the Children's Center. We're so happy to be a part of it.
Please help and support the Children's Center. Give whatever you can.
Hi, I'm Craig Garofalo, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Kennebec Savings Bank. We're very excited to be a sponsor for this evening's event and to be here with you virtually. Although we're sorry we're not able to be with you for the Chili Chowder Challenge, our employees love volunteering at that event. We're happy to be part of this. We're excited to bring this event to you and be a sponsor and help the Children's Center further all the great work they do in our community.
Hi everyone, G&E Roofing is a proud supporter of the Children's Center and the work they do. The kids they serve are superstars, and you're a superstar too for giving to this mission. So on behalf of Norm Melvin and all of us here at G&E Roofing, thank you for your support of the kids in our community.
KBSCU is a longtime proud supporter of the Children's Center. We are so grateful there's a resource like this in our communities and hope you enjoy learning more about the important work that they do. Thanks for joining us in doing good for kids and families.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hayes, President and CEO of Maine General Health. Maine General's Edmund Irvin Pediatric Center and the Children's Center work collaboratively together to meet the needs of the children in our community. We're proud to sponsor this event and help raise funds to support this mission.
Hi, we're Charlie and Nancy Schumann.
And we're here to tell you how thrilled we were the time we were invited to the graduation and the improvement that these children made with their different problems, and they were off to kindergarten, and they do miraculous work at the Children's Center. We're so happy to be a part of it.
Please help and support the Children's Center. Give whatever you can.
Craig Garofalo, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Kennebec Savings Bank. We're very excited to be a sponsor for this evening's event and to be here with you virtually. Although we're sorry we're not able to be with you for the Chili Chowder Challenge, our employees love volunteering at that event. We're happy to be part of this. We're excited to bring this event to you and be a sponsor and help the Children's Center further all the great work they do in our community.
Hi everyone, G&E Roofing is a proud supporter of the Children's Center and the work they do. The kids they serve are superstars, and you're a superstar too for giving to this mission. So on behalf of Norm Melvin and all of us here at G&E Roofing, thank you for your support of the kids in our community.
KBSCU is a longtime proud supporter of the Children's Center. We are so grateful there's a resource like this in our communities and hope you enjoy learning more about the important work that they do. Thanks for joining us in doing good for kids and families.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hayes, President and CEO of Maine General Health. Maine General's Edmund Irvin Pediatric Center and the Children's Center work collaboratively together to meet the needs of the children in our community. We're proud to sponsor this event and help raise funds to support this mission.
Hello and welcome to our home and to happy hour. My name is Chelsea Moeller. I'm the Director of Donor Engagement at the Children's Center, and we are coming to you tonight with just overflowing gratitude. There has been such a tremendous response to this event in support of the center and in support of our local restaurant partners. We're so grateful. Thank you so much. We've got over 65 families tuning in tonight, and we've got a lot of littles with us tonight too, which is so awesome. One of them is our very own Charlie baby. Hope you're having good listening for Mr. Corey and Mrs. Karen. Charlie's hanging out with Dugan and Cecilia May and baby Sarah. We know that we've got a passel of Garofalo kids out there and the LaJoy clan. We've got Teddy and Alex and Cameron and Vinny and Ellie and a whole lot of others. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. It was wonderful to see you guys today at Pickup at Kushnock. You've been amazing to work with. Only one of you has been super high maintenance, and Brittany, I don't know how you do it. Hang in there. Wherever you are and whoever you're with, thank you for being present with us tonight. It's really, really amazing. And what it means that you're here with us tonight is that you have done good double time. So you've supported our restaurant partners for happy hour, Kushnock Brewing and the Main House. They did a stellar job. And the other part of your ticket is a donation to the Children's Center, which is going to help local kids with special needs. And all of that is just another way to say that you're basically amazing human beings. So thank you. Thank you for being amazing, and thank you for doing good. You're amazing and you're pioneers. So we have one virtual event under our belt, went pretty well, but this is definitely a new frontier for us. So we appreciate your patience. We hope it's not too evident as we go throughout the program tonight. I've got to give a big shout out to the resident tech guru, who's my arguably better half, Travis. Without him, this plane would not fly. So big kudos to Trav. And again, we're going to make this as seamless as possible, but thanks in advance for your patience with any glitches. So a little bit about tonight. The weather is making it less enticing to be anywhere else. Thank you, Mother Nature. That's fabulous. All the same, we know that evenings off are all too rare, and a lot of you are together with your friends. So we're going to give you about 60 minutes-ish of programming and entertainment, and then we're going to let you get on with your evening. So what's going to happen, you're going to hear from Jeff Johnson, the center's executive director. He's going to talk about the history of the center and who it serves. You'll hear from me every once in a while, and you'll hear from the real superstars of the Children's Center story, which are some of the kids that have gone to the center or are currently there. So we hope you enjoy their stories and celebrate their hard work as you see it on the screen. When all is said and done, we're going to turn things over to Kaya Mack for a half hour of music. Kaya is an up-and-coming musician. She's enrolled at the Berklee College for Music, and this may be the first time you hear of her, but it might not be the last. She's pretty phenomenal, so we hope you enjoy that as well. When you picked up your dinner, you got a little takeaway bag full of goodies, including this set of trivia cards, which we hope leads to thoughtful discussion and maybe teaches you something about the center that you didn't know already. You got this little thank you from us, which is a mask. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. And then you got this, which is a sheet full of reminders about how to give throughout the program tonight if you feel so compelled. So on it, you're going to see how to text in donations. You're going to see how to text me directly. We do have a goal tonight, which is to raise funds in support of these kids. We've got the goal bar that's below the live stream, and we've got the donate button above. We'd love to see the gold bar move throughout the evening. There's that fun scroll of comments that's off to the side. Have fun with that. As you make gifts, you can put in pictures, you can add gifts, you can GIFs, however you say it. You can put those in there too. So just have fun with it. We'd love to hear from you. The number to do a text to donate is on here. You just text cheers to the number on the sheets, 202-858-1233. And if you're not feeling techie, but you want to make a donation, you can text the phone number that's on there, which is my personal cell phone. So you're not sending it off anywhere into an abyss. And I know that I'm opening myself up to a little bit of good-natured heckling, but bring it on, say hello. We'd love to know who's out there with us tonight. So I want to talk briefly about why we're raising money and why this way. So the Children's Center typically hosts 2 signature events each year, the Chili Chowder Challenge, which you may have heard of, and then we have a dinner and auction in the fall. Between those 2 events, through sponsorship and support from community members like you, we raise around $65,000. Every dollar of that is invested straight into intervention services for these kids, things like speech therapy and occupational therapy, which have real lifelong implications for these kiddos. So COVID-19 has prevented us from hosting our typical events, but we're determined not to let it keep us from raising the funds that will change little lives. So in an ordinary year at this time, we would be inviting people to an auction. We'd be asking small businesses to donate items, and then we'd be asking you guys to bid and donate that way. And this year we're just asking you to give. So there will be some fund and need opportunities throughout the program. If you are compelled by what you see, again, think about making a gift tonight. So, okay, we're ready to dive in to the good stuff. I'd like to do that by taking a moment to make a toast. This is happy hour after all, right? So again, wherever you are and whoever you're with, I want to take a moment just to acknowledge that we are living in uniquely exhausting days. It doesn't matter your situation. Uncertainty is really, it's part of everybody's puzzle right now, and it's just hard. We are in this together, and we're so fortunate to be in such good company. I mean, look around. I know a lot of you are together tonight, so take a look around you. I know you're as thankful for your tribe as I am for mine. Moms, dads, business owners, people who are working hard, kids going back to school or not. They're tough times. Hang in there. So, cheers to a glass half full of beer, of cocktails or mocktails, of hope for the better days ahead. And cheers to the power of kindness like yours.
He was born not breathing. Had to break his clavicle because they couldn't get him out. They had to resuscitate him, and when they did, It caused air to be trapped around his lungs, and he wasn't breathing. He spent about 15 days in the NICU, and after that, we thought everything was fine. He was about 6 months old, and I brought him to the doctor, my doctor, and I asked him, he's not hitting these milestones, he's not doing things a 6-month-old, should be doing, sitting up, attempting to crawl, playing with toys. He just laid there. And he first started here, I think he was 1.5 years, coming just for services, and ever since, it's just been a wonderful experience.
He's had a case manager who has, loved him and loved his family, and, his OT and his speech therapist, they've been there since literally day one. It's just a beautiful place to be in, where everybody can come together as a team and just be there for the child and individualize as much as possible.
He went from not literally being able to sit up at 1.5 years to running circles around me.
Now he is doing a lot of things that he was never able to do before. Most significantly is his comprehension and his understanding of language. He knows what things mean, and he's able to make choices, and he's able to have a say in what happens.
Not hearing him say a word, and then him say, "Mom," and knowing who I am.
That voice is in every child that we have here. It's our job to work with them and their families, and obviously all the professionals that are here, to understand what that language is so that voice can be heard. Without community supports for the work that we do, the children that are here and the families that are here that also need supports, we couldn't do this work.
And I thank them so much.
Malachi and Macklin, a heart-wrenching and remarkable story. I imagine every mom hearing this blinked back a tear, thinking about Macklin's ache over hearing her son say that for the first time. It's pretty amazing stuff. And while not every story at the center begins or evolves the same way, this is just one of hundreds that we see each year. And you're a part of this. You are a part of these stories by being with us tonight. So we thank you for having that impact. We're going to hand things over to Jeff Johnson. He is going to share a little bit of history about the center and also about the kids that you might find at the Children's Center on any given day.
Hello there. My name is Jeff Johnson. I am a clinician and the executive director of the Children's Center. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. In these strange times. I particularly want to thank our sponsors who, in these strange times, have supported us the way that they always have, which allows us to provide services to kids that otherwise would not get those services. So thank you, sponsors. We so appreciate what you do for us. I want to take a couple minutes and tell you a little bit about the history of the Children's Center. It started over 50 years ago. A woman named Priscilla Chivare had a daughter with cerebral palsy, and her pediatrician told her that her daughter had cerebral palsy and also mental retardation, which was the language that was used back then, and that her daughter really needed institutional care, that there wasn't much that Priscilla could do for her daughter at home. Priscilla didn't believe that. She thought there was much more inside that little person than what her pediatrician saw. And so she didn't take the advice of her pediatrician. She decided to keep her daughter at home, and she decided to provide supports and education and try and develop some type of communication with her daughter. And that's exactly what she did. And when other people in the community saw what she was doing with her daughter and saw the progress that her daughter was making, those parents who also had kids with special needs, they decided to approach Priscilla and see if she could help them with their children. So it grew. And it grew to the point where its first location outside of Priscilla's house was in the basement of a church here in Augusta. So over the past 50 years, that small little program in the basement of that church has grown to a very large site here in Augusta. We also have a site in Farmington, we have a site in Skowhegan, and we have a site in Waterville. And because of her initiative, because of the love that she had for her daughter and what she saw in her, what we see in the kids that we have here at the Children's Center, thousands and thousands of kids with special needs have gotten treatment and support and services, and families have as well over the years. So thank you to Priscilla. She did an amazing thing for this community. I want to talk to you about the children that come to the Children's Center. We have a number of programs to provide services to kids with a myriad of special needs. One of those programs is our autism program. It's one of our biggest programs. We provide services, treatment, supports to kids with autism at all of our sites. And as many of you know, kids with autism, they're on the spectrum. There is a level of symptoms that they have that can be very different. But in general, there are significant delays with kids with autism on many different levels as well. And kids often have sensory processing issues that have autism. So it's a challenge to set up an environment, discover who they are, to help draw them out into our world so that they connect with us and they communicate with us, and we can learn together. Our fastest growing program, unfortunately, and now the program that has the most children in it, is a program that we call our behavioral support program. And those are kids that are referred to us with mental health diagnoses. And they have those diagnoses because of their environment. They're not born with any kind of organic issue. They are physically abused, sexually abused, neglected, abandoned, and developmentally, when those things happen to children, it does a lot of damage. And those kids come to us almost always because they have aggressive behaviors. Under that aggression is a lot of emotion and a lot of things that need to be processed, and a lot of learning that needs to happen around how do I express my emotions in a healthy way, and how do I behave or act in a way that wants other people to be around me, allow me to make friends, etc. Then we have another category of kids that are, we can call them kids with more global delays. So those would be kids that would maybe have cerebral palsy or Down syndrome or a neurological disorder, for example. The diagnoses that present significant delays as symptoms of that diagnosis. So we have a little bit of everything that comes through our doors, but at the same time, we focus on that individual child because, as I said, every child is different in so many ways. So it might have a label, our programs might have a label, but they are all little individuals, and we all work with them on a one-to-one basis as little individuals.
Thank you, Jeff. And I want to thank those of you who have taken a minute to say hi. Some of you expressed concern about the fact that we didn't have enough candles lit behind us. So we lit a few more. We hope you enjoy them as much as we are. Don't worry, we've got the fire situation well in hand. So the center, such humble beginnings. They say that necessity is the mother of invention, and we're all really fortunate that in this case, Priscilla was the mother of Mary. If you're a parent, the circumstances may have been different, but the feeling of wanting to move heaven and earth to afford every opportunity for your child to be their best little self, that's probably pretty familiar. A couple of other things that I want to follow up from Jeff's talk. Rural sites. So our satellite sites serve such an important purpose. These rural areas have a high need and really low access. So population volume there doesn't necessarily support robust specialized services. It can be really difficult to get those for a child with special needs. We're able to extend the reach of the consolidated services here in our Augusta location so that those kids and those teachers there have access to specialized services that they wouldn't have otherwise, things like speech therapy and occupational therapy. So that's huge. Telehealth is a real consideration for everyone, particularly in a time like the one we're in. For many families, it's just logistics that become the obstacle. It takes time, gas, mental and emotional endurance to put your special needs child in a car and drive 45 minutes to a 30-minute speech session 3 times a week. So telehealth becomes really critical to keeping these families connected to these sorts of services. And COVID has sort of forced our hand here. So we've really ramped up what we can offer through telehealth. But in the next couple of years, we'll be really building out the platform we had our eye on already to expand these efforts and make these things even more available to kids and families. So we're going to turn programming back over to kids for a couple minutes so they can show off their skills. I want to talk a little bit about what you're going to see. So you're going to see some kids who, most of them are in our autism program. Approximately 40% of kids with autism are nonverbal. Many of them use what's called PECS, or a picture exchange communication system. So they will use an image to express their wants. And for some, eventually they're able to express their feelings and even conceptual thoughts. You'll see in these clips, they'll use an image or they'll put a couple of images together to form a sentence. And as their vocabulary, as their picture vocabulary grows, their ability to express themselves grows, which, you know, it seems like such a simple tool, but it allows these kids to move from living just within themselves and being frustrated by an inability to have influence over anything to a spot where they can interact and they can have influence and they can get their needs known and met in a less frustrating way. So take a look at this. It's pretty cool stuff.
I want shapes. Sensory bin. Sensory. More sensory. Penguin in. I want to dance. Let's go. I want
Yeah, now of course when we get it out. Look at him look at you too. A happy Obi this Monday.
After that, what are we going to play with? Barn, that's right.
Show me the cow.
Yeah, where's the cow? Yes!
Your
cow!
This is the cow.
Cow, nice job. Parker, what's this? Duck, that's right, it's a duck. Good job. Duck.
Show me the donkey.
Donkey. Parker, look. Donkey. Donkey. What's this? It's not a turkey, it's a rooster. It's a rooster. That's a rooster. Rooster. Me. Me. Good. Do you remember this one? Look, Parker. Look. Look at the screen. May. May. Good looking. Who's that? Mama. 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 Nice job. Work is all done. Time for what? Time for Look at Linda. Barn. Ready? Set up, boom, chicka boom. Set up, boom, chicka boom. Set up, boom, chicka, rocka, chicka, rocka.
All right, so that was pretty cool, huh? This is one of those fun to need moments. Warning. So a speech therapy session costs $40 a session. So Dr. Walsh, I want to thank you for your gift. Your $50 provides one speech therapy session. You're leading by example. Others of you, if you have $40 and feel like what you saw was pretty amazing, you can be a part of a child's story by going online right now, hit the donate button, text cheers, and make a gift. We'd love to see that bar move. So these skills, these PEC skills and these communication skills are taught in these sessions, and then they're reinforced in the classroom and used throughout the day. Most children need several of these sessions a week, and the majority of the time insurance doesn't pay for all the sessions that are recommended by a clinician. So again, that $40 that you donate can close that gap. And I mean the difference between a kid who's recommended to get 3 sessions, only getting 2, but that third one will help optimize their outcome. So think about that. I want to give an update on Parker. So he's the last little guy that you saw working on his signs. Came to the center when he was about 3.5, and he didn't have much functional communication. He started out with some picture symbols that he picked up really quickly. And then when someone around him started using sign language, he really gravitated to that and started using signs, just sort of took off with it. Parker works with a speech pathologist 2 times a week for 30 minutes each time. An update on Parker, he's 5.5, and just this past week, he graduated. So cheers to Parker. He's headed off to public kindergarten here any day now, along with over 30 other Children's Center graduates that left the center last week because they graduated, which is pretty amazing. So again, think about that $40 donation. If you've got it in you, toss it this way, help these kids. So I'm going to turn things over to Jeff again. He's going to talk a little bit about what treatment looks like at the center.
So you've heard a little bit about the type of kids that come to the children's centers. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what we do with them. We have 3 categories of services that we provide. All of them are evidence-based, meaning there's no treatment, there's no interactions, there's no interventions that we do with children that are not tied to a research to practice to evidence-based model. And that's important. So let me talk about the 3 categories. We have center-based services, we have outpatient services, and we have community-based services. Center-based services are services where kids come to our sites and spend half a day, whole day, all week, all day, in some cases with us. And we have center-based services for kids with autism. Our autism program, as I said, is in every one of our sites. It's based on applied behavioral analysis principles, and it is widely recognized as being excellent at what we do in terms of the ABA components. So we're very proud of that program. A second center-based program that we have is for those kids that come to us with a mental health diagnosis. And as you might imagine, those children that have been abused, neglected the way that I've described, those kids do not trust adults. It's very difficult for them oftentimes to make emotional attachments to adults and to people around them. And when they do take one step forward in terms of an emotional connection, they oftentimes will take 2 steps back very quickly and act out because they are afraid. They're afraid of trusting other people, and they are afraid that the world is not a safe place. For kids with more global delays, we have center-based services for those kids as well. We also have outpatient services that are available for many of those kids with global delays. That's where they get much of the therapies that they need. Speech therapy is one that is an outpatient service. Occupational therapy is another. Physical therapy oftentimes is part of a treatment plan here, and if it's needed, then we make sure that those kids get physical therapy. So it's important to know that we are one of only 2 places, the other is in the southern part of the state, that provides all of those services under one roof, which is an enormous benefit, both from a treatment perspective, that all of our professionals are working together on a treatment plan that is integrated with all of the disciplines, and they're all talking with one another, oftentimes on a daily basis, around the progress or lack of progress, or what is the data showing us in terms of how to move forward. So it's a model we're very proud of, and it works very well based on the outcomes that we're seeing with our kids.
First, I want to say thank you to the Dion family very much for your donation. That's 2 speech sessions and most of an OT session, which is awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. As Jeff summarized, there's a lot that goes on both in and outside Children's Center walls to support these kids and families. Jeff mentioned that the center is one of 2 sites in Maine that offers consolidated services and access to a multidisciplinary team that creates individualized treatment plans for kids. Another key part of the center's philosophy and a unique aspect of our programming, we're one of 2 in the state that does this, is this notion of inclusion. So research indicates that interventions are most effective when delivered in an inclusive environment where special needs kids can be challenged by and play alongside their typically developing peers. Some of the coolest developmental gains are made on the playground with kids just wanting to belong and wanting to be part of the action. Nothing motivates a 4-year-old like another 4-year-old that's doing something that the other one wants to do. So a child whose gross motor skills theoretically limit them in climbing, they find a way to climb so that they can be with their friend, which is pretty neat. Typically, developing children make up 25 to 30% of the Children's Center census at any time. In addition to learning early education, they get the benefit of learning empathy and tolerance and recognizing difference as something that's different and not less. So let's see, we've heard about the history, we've talked about who we serve and how, and now we're going to talk really about why it matters and why it's so urgent. So we've learned a lot about brain development in recent decades, including just how crucial these early years are. By the time a child is 6 years old, 95% of their neurotransmitter pathways are developed. So these are the pathways that are responsible for our ability to move, to communicate, to express love, joy, frustration, anger, pain, to trust people. They enable us to relate to the world around us and to function in it. And they enable kids with special needs to live beyond a life beyond their initial limitations. So we've got 5 influential years to help these kids prepare for success in everything that follows. It's a small window in the scheme of a lifetime, a small window with very big impacts. So we've got to make good use of these years by maximizing their access to specialized intervention services. So we've mentioned that we develop these individualized treatment plans for kids, and we've talked about in that process, clinicians recommend services to optimize kids' development, and often those recommendations aren't fulfilled by what insurance will cover, and that leaves a gap that kindness like yours can fill. So as an example, if a child's recommended to have 6 sessions, so 3 occupational therapy and 3 speech a week, they may get funded for 4. So you guys can help fund the other 2. It's a pretty cool thing to be a part of. So we're gonna do another Fund a Need moment. An occupational therapy session costs $25. You've seen what the $40 for speech therapy can do in the clip earlier, and now we're gonna show you a little bit what an OT session looks like. In this clip, you're gonna meet 3.5-year-old Isabella. She just started at the center in July. She's working on fine and gross motor skills and oral motor skills. us. You'll hear the occupational therapist, Jessie Fournier, talking through a little bit of what she's doing throughout the clip. So here you go.
She likes the water. Water. Time to wash. Ready? Soap. Wash, 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 wash. Yep, soap. Soap. Washing. Washing. Soap is all done. We have to wash. You do. You do it. Take the soap off. Oh. Yay! Yay! You did it! Woohoo! All done? Time to dry. Yep. Dry hands. Sour.
What is the sour doing?
So I'm giving her oral stimulation. She has saliva loss and low tone in her mouth, so I'm trying to wake up her muscles in her mouth to help with chewing and work on lip closure. Hi, you're doing a good job. Do you want more? More. Okay. Good job telling me. Jessie's turn. Let's get it on this side. So this is a Nook brush, and it has little teeth on it or little bumps on it, and it also gives her tactile stimulation on her gums and her teeth. And as you can tell, she really likes it.
What a cutie, right? I can imagine that most of us haven't had to put much thought into thinking about how to help our 3-year-old do some of the things that come most naturally to us, like chewing and swallowing. But Isabella is not alone in being a child that needs this kind of developmental support. And we've just had a little flurry of giving that is going to help kids like Isabella. Karen and Bruce, thank you so much. Nancy, thank you for the offline gift. Thank you so much. That $100 is wonderful. The Passel of Garofalo's, thank you. We appreciate it. Others of you, if you, there's still time, you know, by being here tonight, you've all given the gift of specialized intervention services to a child. The night's not over. If you're able, please consider making a gift. Text, hit the donate button, send me a message. We're going to leave this up until Kaya Mack is done playing, and would love to see some more messages and love for these kids come in throughout. So we're going to give Jeff the last word, and then we hope you have a fabulous time listening to Kaya. You know, cheers. Have a good evening.
As things are winding down tonight, I wanted to take one more opportunity to thank you all for tuning in tonight and supporting the Children's Center. I want you to know you make an impact every day here. The community support that we get provides hundreds of hours of treatment and support to kids, and we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for you and other members of the community that support us the way that you do. I hope you learned something tonight about the Children's Center. If you have questions, please get in touch with me. I'm happy, as you can probably tell, to talk about the Children's Center. I want to thank Chelsea for having the idea to do this and to make it happen. And once again, I want to say thank you to all of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
to pay that fine. You were dodging all the time, but you still did it. Since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger and the way you like to dance. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, no, Valerie, Valerie. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. Oh, no, 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 no. And I think of all the things what's doing in my head. I paint a picture. Since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, yeah, Valerie, Valerie, yeah. Whoa, Valerie, 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 oh, Valerie, why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Hi, my name's Kai Mack, and I am from South Berwick, Maine. I sing a lot of jazz, R&B, and pop music, and I will be attending Berklee College of Music in the fall/eventually. I hope you enjoy my music tonight. I'm very excited to join the Children's Center to raise some money, and yeah, hope you enjoy. I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. I am so happy to be here with the Children's Center. Helping raise money for kids with special needs is such a great way to spend an evening, huh? Yeah. So let's continue, shall we? Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood, hop a flight to Miami Beach or Hollywood, but I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I've seen all the movie stars, fancy cars, and their limousines. Been high in the Rockies under the evergreens. Well, I know what I'm needed. I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. It was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times and Daily News. It comes down to reality, but it's fine with me, 'cause I let it slide. I don't care if it's Chinatown or a riverside. I don't have any reasons, I left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. I'm just taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. 'Cause I'm in a New York, I'm in a New York state of mind. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Till some cover sheds some skin. Practice hardness in moments unforgettable. Twist to fit the mold that I am in. But it just gets so crazy living life gets hard to do. I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it would lead me back to you. That someday it would lead me back to you. That lady, all I need. Darkness, she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving sun Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Fingers trace your every outline. Oh yeah, yeah. Paint a picture with my hands.
with me, driving on Sunday morning. I never want to leave, but things just get so crazy. Living life gets hard to do, and I would literally hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it would bring me back to you. Trying to wait to bring myself back home to you. May not know that, baby, all I need. Darkness, she is all I see. Coming right for bones with me, driving on Sunday morning. I never wanna leave, and I never want to leave. Wait a minute, let me finish. I know you don't care, but can you listen? Can't commit it, yes I overdid it. Want my heart out hunting around my neck, and now it's missing. Oh. So I think I better go. I just never know how to please you. Looking at me like I don't see you. Yes, I'm gonna go. I just never know how you feel. Do you even feel anything? Said don't treat me badly, but you said it's always happy, so I did the best I could. I think you would have let me gladly. No, you're not sorry. Why should you be? 'Cause who am I to be in love when your love never is for me? Me. So I think I better go. I just never know how to please you. Looking at me like I don't see you. I'm just gonna go. Never really know how you feel. Do you even feel anything? Please remember, this is a fundraiser for the Children's Center, and you can donate throughout this program. Every dollar is going to a great cause, and I really hope you're enjoying it so far. You don't know, babe, when you hold me, listen slowly, it's the sweetest thing, and it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. Oh, you're the coffee that I need in the morning.
I wrote just a few days ago. I like it quite a bit, still working on it, but I'm really proud of it. I usually don't write songs very quickly, so I thought I would play it for you guys. First time it's ever been played for people. Sick. This is called I'm Not the One. Probably romanticize it all, the life that we shared. Had my fingers in your hair, sparks flying everywhere. You chose a song, and my heart sang along. But when it all is said and done, I'm not the one. It's 10 p.m. the night after we met. I wrote this song 'cause I can't get you out of my head. And I'm a mess while you lie in your bed. I'm bothered by all the things that we said. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. enjoyed what you heard. If you're interested in seeing me sing anywhere else, my name is Kaya Mack. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media platforms. You can watch my YouTube videos, all at Kaya Mack Music. Thank you for being here and for donating to the Children's Center and for doing good. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you. Goodbye.
This is a great night. It is such a great night. I can't even tell you. It's hard to stay in my seat. You guys have done such an amazing thing tonight. We have raised over $5,700 between gifts made online and gifts that came in offline. $5,700 will go straight into intervention services for these kids. We've also raised over $10,000 total between the two events. We've got one more to go on September 12th. It's a partnership with Country Club. So far, we've helped local restaurants with over $5,200 for them as well. So much goodness going on. Kindness catches, kindness spreads. So thank you so much for being here, for doing good, for being in these kids' corner. We can't thank you enough. Cheers. Have a great night.